Please note that in this recording, some of the questions may be inaudible, but the Master's answers are audible and clear.
Any question you would like to ask?
Wondering about beyond, about how clear focus of you has to be in our mind, because a lot of times we see from a distance, in your eyes, in your mouth, and then clear.
Sister, it's immaterial whether it is clear or it is not very distinct and clear. The object is to keep the attention there, to hold the attention there. Object of Simran is to withdraw the consciousness to the eye center, and the object of Dhyan is to hold the attention there. So any form, whether clear or not very distinct and clear, will hold the attention there. That's immaterial. Because ultimately, with the concentration, we have to see that light. That light holds our attention. Once we start seeing the flashes of light or light, then light will hold your attention. The object of Dhyan is only to hold the attention there, to stay there. Yes.
Already somebody suggested that we're all trapped. We're trapped into having to be happy. Could you please explain what it means to be happy?
We are all trapped
Into having to be happy.
in heaven to be happy.
To be happy, yes. Having to be happy. We have to be happy.
Means we should be happy.
But we don't know what it's like to be happy, so please explain what is it like to be happy?
Well, if a dumb person, one who cannot speak, eats sweets, you ask him, what is the taste of that sweet? What is going to explain? He cannot explain. So happiness always radiates from your face, from your living, from your talks. You can't explain happiness. Happiness reflects from yourself. If you are happy, you radiate happiness. You will make people happy. You will make your whole surrounding happy. But if you say to explain what is happiness, I don't think you can explain that happiness. Why you are happy and how you are happy, and you can't explain that happiness. It just reflects on your face, on your activities. And we can only be happy when we are nearer to our source. Soul can only be happy, really happy, when it is nearer to its own source. In separation, nobody is happy. In separation, we are always miserable. In union, we are happy. And you can't explain the joy of that union. See, many mystics have described in their own way. It is to taste to believe. They have not explained the taste of that joy. They say it is to taste to believe. So it's very difficult to explain what is happiness. Sometimes, without any rhyme or reason, you suddenly feel you are very happy. And if you try to analyze what has given you that feeling of happiness, what has specially you have gained at the moment which you were lacking a few minutes ago, I don't think you will be able to find out or you will be able to explain to yourself. So when we cannot explain to our own self what is happiness, and from where it comes, and how it comes, and how it reflects, how can we explain to others? We are happy, that's all. Yes.
Master, if we have a relative who is poor and alcoholic, should we give that person money and knowing that they may buy alcohol with it?
You mean whether we should help our poor relations or not? That's what you mean? There's no harm. But help without any strings, without any expectation, without any strings. Don't put condition to that help. And now I'm helping you, and tomorrow if I'm in the same position, you please help me also. And you have that feeling within you that time may come when I may need his help. That feeling should not be there. The sting should not be there. Otherwise, we are all meant to help each other. And there's no help, there is no harm in helping anymore. Yes?
I think she mentioned that this poor person was alcoholic and they might use that money for alcohol. That's what she was
No, she said poor relation.
Poor relation is alcoholic.
No, but you can't abet his alcoholism. You can't give him the money for him to drink to his ruin. That is not helping him at all. That is ruining him. Sometimes our kindness may ruin another person. But if really one needs help and you are convinced that he needs help and you are in a position to help, there is no harm. We are all meant to help each other. Yes.
So that would go with being like a satsangi helping another satsangi who is really needy and struggling.
It depends upon your personal relation, not just on the basis of satsangi. I don't want people to be exploited from one another. There should be no exploitation in this at all. It depends upon your own personal relationship with anybody. There's no obligation on your part, being a satsangi, to help another satsangi. Absolutely no obligation. It depends upon your mutual personal relationship. Whether satsangi or not satsangi. It is immaterial. Yes.
Master, when we sit, we hear the sound and it's very, very faint and indistinct, or it has no pulling effect. Does this still have a purifying effect on the mind? Does this still clean or benefit the mind?
Sister, every minute we devote to the meditation, every sitting helps us to purify us. It's immaterial whether it is distinct or whether it is clear or whether it is not clear. Every moment of meditation helps us. You see, I've given examples so many times. Child just after birth doesn't start running. He has to pass through so many phases before he can reach to that level to run. And you cannot ignore all those phases for him to run. So similarly, that pulling of the Shabad, the pulling of the Shabad to the soul, you don't achieve at once. You have to pass through so many phases. And every phase is a great help. You can't skip over those phases. Child start to learn to walk. How many phases it has to go through? Every step is forward for him to learn, to stand and to walk. Similarly, every minute, every time we devote to meditation, is it to our gratitude? It is a great help. It has a purifying effect.
Master, can you speak to us on prayer?
Pardon?
Can you speak to us on prayer? Prayer, what's up for his master?
What is your concept of prayer? Actually, there is only one prayer to the Lord, to seek His forgiveness. What stands between us and Him? Unless He forgives us for that, soul can never become one with Him. So we have to pray to the Lord to forgive us what stands between us and Him. Meditation is nothing but a prayer. Whatever time we devote to meditation, we are daily praying to the Father to forgive us for our sins which stands between us and the Father. And that is the real prayer. Prayer doesn't mean asking the Father for worldly goods and worldly favors. That is no prayer at all. Because He knows what we need. And we should learn to have faith in Him. That if He knows what we need, if He's in a position to give what we want, He's also in a position to know what we need. So why show our lack of faith in Him by putting a demand list before Him? He knows what we need and He will give us what we need. But we should try to become His loving child, that we don't have to ask Him for anything. Father, whose loving child is always anxious to give Him, even without His asking. Because He loves His child so much. He's impressed with the love of His child. He's always finding excuses to give Him when He loves His child. So we should try to invoke that love of Father within us, rather than always asking Him for the worldly goods. He will give us what we need, what is to our advantage. Because we do not know what is to our advantage. Today we pray for certain worldly achievement, and tomorrow we may be tired of that. We may have to pray again to get rid of that. And what is that prayer? When we don't know what is best for us. When we are so ignorant, so blind to our need, so why not leave it to Him to give us what He thinks best? And we should only pray to Him to forgive us for our sins which stand between us and the Father. And the real method of seeking His forgiveness is meditation. It is nothing but asking for His forgiveness. And that is a real prayer. Christ has very beautifully explained about prayer in the New Testament. Very beautifully. Yes?
If we die without realizing Master's radiant form in ourselves, and we're placed in some intermediate stage, will the radiant form be with us all the time in that stage?
It depends upon the individuals, to what level we are. It depends upon individual soul, where it is placed, and what level it is placed, and what is to the advantage of the soul, and how much it deserves, and what it deserves. I don't think we should analyze too much about these things. We should always attend to our duty, and then leave it to His grace. Otherwise, our analyzing what we are going to get and what we have not been able to achieve will lead us nowhere. We should just sincerely and faithfully do our duty and then leave it to Him to decide whatever He wants, whatever way He wants to put us. Yes?
Would you please explain to us the correct way to simmer at time of meditation?
You see, the idea of Simran is to eliminate our thoughts, of anything else except we should be just in the Simran. Besides Simran, nothing should come in our mind. Just to eliminate all the thoughts. That is the purpose of Simran. So the correct way is to keep your mind in Simran and don't think about anything else at all. And Dhyan is a great help. It's not must. It's a great help. But it is a great help if we also synchronize Dhyan along with Simran. Otherwise, we should try to keep our attention in the darkness here. And being there, we should try to do Simran. Or we can imagine we are sitting in the presence of the Master and we're doing Simran.
So we should associate the names with the Master's face or form?
No, you don't associate any name with any. You see, synchronize. You see, both faculties have to be occupied. Faculty to think, faculty to visualize. Otherwise, if you'll do Simran and your faculty to visualize is free, you'll start imagining other things and visualizing other things in the world, but the tongue will go on doing Simran. That will be no use. Both faculties are to be occupied. You should be in Simran and also at the eye center, in the darkness there. Both should be synchronized, if possible.
Well, what I meant was that usually when you say a word, you usually think of that thing when you see it with your eyes.
Don't think about the words, what they look like.
Right.
We have not to visualize what the words look like. No. Just your mind should be absolutely in Simran and you are absorbed in Dhyan. Or you are in the darkness, absorbed there. But don't try to visualize any regions or any form of the words, how they are written, and never be conscious about the speed of the Simran or pronunciation. You should not think about these things at all. Whatever your pronunciation is okay. And just a normal speed. One should not be conscious whether my speed is right or wrong, or you see, and whether I am pronouncing it rightly or wrongly. Don't be conscious about this thing at all. Otherwise, mind will just slip out. Just be in Simran and visualize the form of the Master. Yes?
To me at least, your form, your face changes a lot. I see you different in different places.
You see, when we synchronize our Dhyan with the outside activities, then naturally it has to change. Because activities always change.
But your face changes in my eye. And when and visualizing, it's like I get flashes of what you look like in different parts of the day.
That's what I'm saying. Because you are trying to, you see, associate Dhyan with the outside activities of the Master. So that is why they are different.
Well, which one's your real face?
Only try to visualize on the form of the Master, face of the Master. And don't associate it with the outside activities.
But it's your face that keeps changing to me.
Then face won't. Face always remain the same. That is different thing, you see. Its expression may change, but the face will remain the same, with the same activity. But if you associate with outside activities, doing seva, sitting in satsang and talking to or holding meeting, then your mind will run to the activities.
Well, I didn't think I was doing that. I guess I must have been.
Yes.
Well, sometimes it's like when we see you throughout the day, we see you at different distances. See you close and far, and it changes. And what's the best way? Is it best to imagine you at a certain distance, or I don't know?
I'm not following you, what do you mean by distance?
Hmm?
Not followed your point. Yes.
Master, we heard last night how we have to battle the mind. And yet I believe I've also heard that calmness is very important in spiritual life and in meditation. Is there some kind of balance required between thought and calmness?
Well, brother, it's a constant battle with the mind in order to gain that calmness and quietness in the mind. You see, we have to fight, battle with the mind, so that we remain calm and quiet. Battle is to keep calm and quiet. Battle doesn't mean to fight somewhere outside. Mind is habit of running out, so we have to battle with that mind not to run out. The word battle shouldn't confuse you. We should battle with the mind that it should not run out. It should stay at its proper place. That is the battle with the mind. You don't have to fight with the mind. Yes.
Can you speak to us about surrender?
What?
Surrender? Can you speak about surrendering?
Well, sister, the purpose of meditation is to surrender. Surrender our ego. Surrender something which stands between us and the Father. Or say, eliminate that. We surrender our ego or we eliminate our ego, it's the same thing. Because mind stands between us and the Father. So with the help of meditation, we surrender our mind to the Father. Make it pure. Make it, you see, more pure and calm and quiet. It is surrendering. And we have to surrender to the Shabad and Naam within. The more we surrender our mind to Shabad, the more we are able to eliminate our ego. The more humble we feel. And ultimately we merge into that Shabad. We surrender our entire entity to the Shabad. We die in the Shabad, as Guru Nanak says. After death, we don't have our any identity, any individuality. We just cease to exist. That is death. So we die in that Shabad. We cease to exist. We merge into Shabad. We become the Shabad. As Christ said, you have come unto me. You have become one with me. That is surrendering. Meditation is nothing but surrendering to the Shabad and Naam within. Yes?
So we know that our ultimate goal is capitalization. And we know that the light souls, they have put a tremendous effort to achieve such a task. While we are living it nowadays with family and business duty and a few hours of meditation. And I mean, the achievement is so high, and our effort is very, very low.
Even if we won't put the low effort, as you call it, then what will we achieve? Let us at least put the low effort. Then it automatically will become high effort. With our sincerity, with our honesty in meditation, our quality of meditation increases. It's not the quantity which matters so much, it is the quality of meditation. So our quality will become purer and purer, better and better with our effort which we try to put, howsoever little it may be. We are trying to improve the quality of our meditation. And then His grace is always there to pull us. If we think that with our effort, no matter how much we put in, we'll be able to achieve anything, it's impossible. When we improve the quality of our sincerity, our honesty, then we invoke His grace to come to our help, which is never lacking. Guru Nanak says, Mati ka kya dope Swami manas ki gate. If you go on washing the surface of the earth, go on washing, you will never be able to reach to the bottom of the water, which is about 300-400 feet down. You'll never be able to achieve that. How much in a day, if you wash with the water from the surface, how much dent you make? Nothing much. So Guru Nanak says we have so much layer of our karma, so many layers of karmas. It is just like that earth. No matter how much we wash, we will never be able to reach to the water, to the level. He says, Guru Nanak says, Manas ki katehi, you have made us like that. We are putting our effort, but you have made us like that. So what will our efforts do? So if the sincerity is there, honesty is there, which brings longing in us, and which creates real devotion in us. So all these factors provoke His grace to help us, to eliminate all what stands between us and the Father. Just by meditation, by efforts, I don't think anybody can ever reach back to Him. We're trying to make ourselves receptive by meditation. And then He has to fill us. His grace is there. Yes.
How can we increase the quality of our sincerity?
By attending to meditation. Just by attending to meditation. You see, when the love is there, devotion is there, it pulls us towards meditation. It makes us restless to sit in meditation in order to go back to Him. Automatically we improve the quality and sincerity. Yes.
Maharaj, Swamiji in Salvation writes that the worldly life of a satsang or a saint is like a short-lived leaves of a tree that has been chopped down.
Is it short?
The short-lived, it's like the worldly life.
Short-lived dream.
Yeah, leaves of a tree, like the leaves on a tree. It's short-lived. The life of a satsang or a saint, the worldly life. Now, does this have any relationship to the feeling of feeling like a square peg in a round hole? You're trying to be a square peg in a round hole in this world, as far as our worldly ambitions. Does this feeling come about when we get initiation, and that our worldly life is cut in this world? Is this a natural thing that comes about?
Actually, he's trying to explain us as leaves are there on a tree for a very limited period, limited time. Then they fall. So similarly, no matter what we have in this creation in the world, we will be deprived of all that when the time will come. So why labor so much and worry so much? Whatever is in destiny, we will get. We should try to make best use of this opportunity for which this human birth has been given to us. Now you analyze it in any way, it suits you. Our mind is always trying to analyzing, hair splitting. It doesn't lead us anywhere at all. The main thing is that we should know the reality of this world. That nothing belongs to us in this creation. And we do not belong to anybody at all. It is just a self-deception to think that I belong to somebody or anybody belong to me. They never say that you leave them and run away to forest. They only want us to realize their reality, that they are not end all and we are, that you have to day and night work and labor for them. This has no reality. Reality is something somewhere else, something different. So try to achieve that. They never say that we should leave our kith and kin. But we should not also fool ourselves thinking that they belong to us and we belong to them. We should not whole life we spend in this delusion, self-deception. We must wake. Because no matter what we collect in this creation, no matter what we possess, what we have, ultimately we are going to leave it here. Everything is connected with our body. As long as we are in the body, we think they belong to us and we possess them and they are ours. At least we like to possess them. But when we are not, when we separated from the body, then nothing is ours, then nothing we can possess. And when this body is not ours, how can these worldly things can be ours? We have also to surrender this body from where we have taken it. It is also for a short time. So when we can't claim even body as our own, how can we claim the worldly things as our own? We can make use of them. But we should not get so much attached to them or obsessed by them that we forget the reality of life, the real purpose of this human birth. That is the only purpose the saints try to impress upon us by giving different types of examples. Yes?
What should we do when the world doesn't seem very interesting? What should we do when the world doesn't seem very interesting or occupy the attention, and it doesn't seem that there's much progress in meditation?
Well, it's a God-given gift if we can realize that nothing else attracts us, nothing attracts us in the world. At least then we try to find something which attracts us. And we should then give ourselves to that pull within and try to overcome this vacuum which we have created.
We've created it. How have we created it then?
Vacuum we create because nothing interests us in the world, and we have not achieved anything within. So we become disinterested in the world and frustrated because we don't get anything inside. So this is a vacuum which we have created by meditation to begin with. But then we have to overcome this vacuum and to get something within.
We do that by more meditation.
Yes, but this does happen with everybody. Yes.
So how do we pinpoint the eye focus? How do we know we are exactly in the right spot?
Brother, we should never try to find any particular spot within. There's no particular spot which you have to locate or where you have to focus. You'll strain your eyes and still you won't find anything at all. Be in the darkness where you are, and being there, do meditation and do Simran. You will automatically come there where you should be. Automatically you will start seeing something within. You can say your inner eye is open. That's all. There's no particular spot which you have to locate or where you have to focus. Definitely we will strain our eyes and still we won't be able to find it.
Master, you say automatically you see something within. Some people don't have the faculty to visualize.
Pardon?
I said that you said that automatically you see something within when you go to that center.
Yes.
But some people don't have the faculty to visualize.
Don't have the?
The faculty to visualize. There are some people.
No, there's not a question of faculty to visualize. You've not followed my point. When your attention is there in the darkness here, you are able to keep your attention there, hold attention there. Say when you are able to hold the attention in the darkness there, automatically you will find something within. Maybe flashes of light, maybe color to start with, anything. When you start seeing anything inside, it means your third eye is opening. There's no particular spot which you have to search to open it. That's what I am trying to make it clear. Yes.
Maharajji, the prospect of living forever, I find it a bit disturbing.
Pardon?
The prospect of living forever.
Profit of?
The prospect of living forever. I find it
You mean
disturbing.
it is disgusting?
I was wondering if when we're in higher states, whether the thought ever arises that we don't want to exist.
You see, you try to think from this level. Definitely, if we are given this facility and opportunity to live forever in this human body, it will definitely be disgusting. Death is a great relief. Death is most welcome to put an end to a lot of problems. Otherwise, we'll always be living with these problems. Now at least we look to some point when we'll be away from these problems. That is death, which relieves us from all these worldly problems. So if we are to live forever in this body, it will be hell. But it is very different there. Because here we are separated from our origin, from our source. So we are living in hell. There we are with the beloved. And lover is never tired to live with the beloved. His love is so intense for the beloved. He is so much obsessed with the beloved that he is never tired being there. And every day that love grows and grows and grows. So question of becoming disgusting with ever living doesn't arise. Now we are trying to look what you say from this level. But that level is very different.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So the soul did completely lose their identity.
Who likes to keep the identity? We are so fond of this identity, this individuality. And our all problem is due to this identity and individuality. And who like to have all these problems? You see, drop will like to be an ocean. Why should it remain a drop? We would like to be the creator. Who would like to remain the creation? We would like to be creator. We like to be sea, not a drop. And who likes to keep this identity? What we are proud of this identity and individuality? We are ourselves tired of this identity and individuality. People may be tired, that's different, but we are ourselves tired of this individuality and identity. We are always at war with our own self. We hate our own self. We hate our own individuality and identity, which makes us so miserable. And who would like to keep it there? Even here we like to shed it at once, whenever we get an opportunity. We like to give ourselves to somebody. We like to throw all problem on somebody else. And who would like to keep all the problem there? So we have to merge. We have to become one with Him. We have to lose our identity and individuality and become Him. We have any little problem, we become so tired, we always say, all right, you do it for me, whatever you like. I don't want, I can't decide. This is our individuality, identity which we are so proud of, and we can't live with this. Yet we are so proud of identity. It is nothing but ego. Yes.
Master, if our mind starts imagining what it is like for Master, is that actually a trick of the mind to keep us from seeing the Master safe and bad and good things?
And to imagine that we are like the Master?
Imagine that we are like, well, since I've been here, sometimes my mind will wander, it will imagine being up there with a turban and a beard.
Well, sister, this does happen with the love. When you love somebody, you don't feel you are moving, you feel your love is moving everywhere. You feel you are watching your own self moving about. You are different than the body. Because you become another being. You identify yourself with another being. You lose your own individuality. You're trying to lose your own individuality. Even very famous love lyric you see in India, it is said, Ranja Ranja Kardini Ma Ranja Hoi. I am so much in love with my beloved that I have become the beloved. I'm no more lover now. I have become the beloved. Love does give that type of feeling. Yes.
In doing our bhajans, when it comes time in meditation to practice bhajans, I understand that time we're not to do Simran or Dhyan. And in the beginning, do we just listen to any sound, immaterial where it's coming from or what it is?
That's right. That's right. You see, we should not try to differentiate the so-called right type of sound. We should not try to pick up and choose from those sounds. We should hear them as they are. Automatically, with the help of concentration, other sounds start fading out. The real sound becomes distinct and clearer, automatically. But if you try to choose which is the right one, you'll be lost in that. They'll automatically fade out.
What happens if, while we're listening, Simran comes back into the mind? You just ignore that and concentrate more on the sound?
Definitely. When you are trying to hear the sound, don't forget about the Simran side. Even if you don't hear it, just be there at the eye center. And whatever little you can, try to hear it. So that we may get into the habit of hearing. We have also to create habit to hear before we hear. And that has also to be created. Yes?
I was taught that you're supposed to do Simran while you're doing bhajan if you don't hear anything.
Who told you that?
Well, I was thinking, like, not trying.
Doctor? No. Notes are very clear. You people are not given notes to read? Then it's very clear written there.
So are we also some controversy about are we supposed to do an hour of bhajan?
It's immaterial. It's immaterial. We are very fond of controversies. But it's absolutely immaterial. You see, normally we are told 1.5 hours to Simran and 1 hour to Shabad.
But even if this is reversed, it doesn't make any difference at all. But ultimately we have to decrease the time of Simran and increase the time of Shabad. It depends upon, you see, our concentration. It's absolutely the wrong controversy. Yes.
When we're listening for the sound, and we find the mind is wandering out, and we're not supposed to do Simran, by what means do we bring the mind back?
Well, you can leave the bhajan posture, you can sit in Simran. Rather than trying to do both, you leave the hearing of the sound and sit in proper posture and do your Simran. There's no harm. Yes.
And the same question is, you can go, if that happened, you leave the bhajan house for a while and go into Simran, then you can leave.
You see, I explained at the time of initiation, if sometime our concentration is there, and naturally with the help of, even when you are doing Simran, you can't avoid the sound. Sound will be there. You can't switch it on and off. The more you do Simran, the more sound will be more, clearer than pulling. It will be there. You can't avoid it. So sometime if it pulls you too much while doing Simran, you can leave the Simran and attend to the sound. And sometime while hearing the sound, we are not very attentive to the sound. I don't find anything in the sound. You can switch on to Simran. There's no hard and fast about it. Normally we are explained, you see, that in every sitting, we should do first Simran, then we should attend to the sound. Because with the help of Simran, we improve our concentration. So sound is better. They are normal things, you see, to explain. Yes.
Is it very important that you can change posture for Siddhanta Bhajan?
You see, actually, posture is not very important. Posture we have to adopt according to our own convenience, which suits us the most. So India quite used to sit in a lotus posture, and also quite used to sit the way we are, you see, told for hearing the sound. But with Westerner, it is very difficult, because you are not used to sit in lotus posture at all. So you have to adopt your own posture of doing Simran. We don't insist on that lotus posture at all. You sit comfortably, you can sit on a chair. You can spread your legs. And for hearing also sound, you have to adopt your own posture.
Master, I was more worried about you were talking about changing from one posture to another.
No, I'm telling you. So when sound becomes very distinct and clear and it starts pulling us, you don't have to change any posture at all. You can leave Simran, and because after all, for hearing sound, you have only to give attention here. You don't even need the hands. They are all to begin with, to create habit in us. And it is a great help to begin with. But when the sound pulls, you don't need even the use of hands even. You just close your eyes and you be here and be in touch with the sound. So you don't have to change any posture at all at that level. But to begin with, we should try to do as we are explained at time of meditation. Yes?
Master, could you help me understand? You've so often spoken about the drop in the ocean and using our identity and merging back in. Sometimes, I'm sorry, to me that sounds like extinction. The ocean is still the ocean after the drop joins it. The ocean does not need to drop. Can we continue to be aware after we merge back into the ocean?
You mean whether awareness of merging is there?
I'm sorry, I can't put it very clearly. What I mean is that to me it sounds, if we merge back into the ocean, in some ways that's like extinction. After we merge back into, we still have awareness. Something.
But what is there we want to be aware of? Then we have become one with the ocean. In awareness, you need two. or being aware that I am merged into the ocean. You want your identity to be aware that you are merging into the ocean or you have merged into the ocean. But where is your identity to be aware of? We want to lose this identity. We want to lose this individuality. Who's to be aware of? We don't exist anymore. We cease to exist. Because we have become the ocean. These things, being aware of one another, is only when there are two. But there is only one. So the question of being aware of doesn't arise. Yes.
Saints merge into one.
Sister, they are all waves of the same ocean. Saint is not a body.
So they're not aware of that.
I'll just tell you. You see a wave in the ocean. You are aware of the wave. Then you only look to the wave. If you take the ocean and wave all together, then it is all one. But if you just look to the wave, then it is separated for you from the ocean. So they are waves of the same ocean. Being separated from the Father, they are with the Father. A wave cannot be separated from the Father, no matter what you do. A wave looks separate from the ocean, but it cannot be separated from the ocean. It has roots there. So you call it wave, you call it ocean, that is your way of looking at things. So similarly, mystics being here, as in St. John Christ says, there was a man who has come from God. His name was John. He was at the level of God, but he came in the form of a man to our level. And his name was John. When he was there, he was God. When he is here at our level, he looks to us like a man. But one who has come from God, he is no less than God. He is a God himself. Because being here, he is with the God. But to us it looks separate because he is like us. But there is a difference between us and him. Because we are not with God, but he is being here still with God. So you can call it he is with God or he is God, it is just a way of explaining things. You can call wave a ocean, you can call ocean full of waves. Ocean is nothing but full of waves. And our waves are part of the ocean. It's just a way of explaining things.
Yeah. Master, with three masters, that book, it says that great master says that he's going to come back in 200 years.
Pardon?
Great master says in that book that he's going to come back and take form in another 200 years.
Then come after 200 years and find out where he is. You see, even if he come after 200 years, what difference to us? We don't want to hang on here for another 200 years.